Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we're going to see what happens when CSS rules collide. What happens when an element is affected by multiple different CSS rules at the same time? Well, in this example, the body element is going to be affected by 3 different rules, each one changing the background to a different color. So what color will the background be? CSS reads rules from top to bottom, so properties lower in the style sheet can actually overwrite the values above them. As we can see from the inspector, the first 2 values were accepted, but were then overwritten by the third. Since blue was the last color defined, it was the one that stayed. Now let's take a look at another example here. In this example, a div element is being affected by 3 different rules. One uses the ID box, one uses the class box, and one uses the tag name div as their selectors. So based on the previous example, we would expect this div to have a blue background color because that was the last one listed. But let's see what actually happens. The box has a red background color because the ID selector is more specific than the other 2. Let's take a look at that with the inspector. Because there can be only one element with a particular ID, it's considered to be more important to CSS. Alternatively, classes are still considered to be more specific than tag name selectors since every element has to have a tag name, but classes are optional. In addition to using your inspector to confirm what happens, you can use a point system to determine which selector is going to be more specific. ID selectors are worth 100 points. Class selectors are worth 10 points, and tag name selectors are just 1 point. Whichever selector has the highest point total will be considered the most important. In scenarios where contextual and compound selectors are used, simply add up the points for each part of the selector. For example, a selector for divs with the class box and the ID box would total up to 111. Overwriting provides a huge amount of reusability, but it's not possible at all without a specific enough rule. With the help of our handy inspector and the point system, we will always be able to figure out which properties are going to stay and which will be overwritten. Thanks for watching, and be sure to post your results in the comment section below.